Chimpanzees escaping their enclosures? Giant tortoises being snuck out of zoos? What's happening at the Indianapolis Zoo?
Be careful about complaining because you might just get what you wanted, but it might end up being even worse than what you had before.
AI is crashing out, unaliving itself, grooming a 17-year-old, and now they want it to rule the world.
What'd you name yours?
Levi.
Me?
Because it's a doughboy.
It's pretty good.
You know, it's really funny. I made that up right on the spot.
Oh, I actually thought it was real.
No.
I was like, okay, that's fair. It's like, I can't be mad. That's reasonable.
No, Ben told me downstairs. He goes, tell Levi that you named your sourdough after him. And I was like, okay. And then you're like, why? And I was like, because you're a doughboy.
Ben knows. He knows my curiosity. I can't. He knows how to set me up for a joke.
I know how to set Levi up for failure.
I think he was expecting you to like freak out a little bit more.
Yeah, I was.
I mean, I can't be
And
mad.
then when you didn't, I needed to make it funnier.
Yeah, I can't be mad. It's true. It's like how I'm not going to be one of those people. I'm not fat. I'm not.
I was thinking about naming it Doughboy, though.
Yeah, Doughboy's good.
Doughboy. That was one of the names.
Doughboy.
I'd name it Ben's Child.
I mean, I've already got two of those. I was going to say three of those. I only got two.
Are you telling me something right now?
Wait, what?
That would be really confusing.
Merry Christmas.
It's a miracle.
On your very special
It is.
podcast episode. Jamie Pergonant?
A Perganonant?
Question mark.
Am I?
The answer is no, in case there's any kind of speculation.
For me, the answer is yes. Surprise.
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 Oh, the dough. We're going full circle back to the doughboy joke. Gotcha. I thought you were talking to me about it being a yes that I'm pregnant. For you, the answer is yes.
I didn't mean to go full circle, but it did.
But
so
it
it's a
went full
happy
circle.
accident. It's a
It
happy
worked.
accident. It did work.
Happy little accident. We just paint on a happy little accident.
You know what's funny? On the way to that baby shower we were at,
Mm-hmm.
there is a old billboard. You remember that Avengers game that came out in 2020?
No, I have no idea.
Ben hasn't played video games. Ben
Except for
doesn't
a
have
few.
time to play much video games.
It's true. It's just funny that there's a 5-year-old billboard up there that's all like dilapidated for a failed game.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, it's just
Like
odd.
on purpose? Is it on purpose that it's dilapidated?
No, it's just 5 years. Like, just no one bought that billboard, so they have just kept
okay.
the same
Gotcha.
whatever so 5 years they've kept the same thing up there, and it's for a failed video game. Like there was
That's weird.
there was going to be this really big. So Marvel teamed up with I think a studio called Crystal Dynamics. They made the Tomb Raider games, and they were going to make this really big Marvel Avengers game, and it was supposed to be like a big live service, going to last for years thing, right? Well, it came out and it absolutely bit the dust. It sucked. It was terrible. So it was a huge money sink. It's just funny that for some reason there's still the billboard out there.
They
all
must
these
have
years
had
later.
a contract, like a 5-year contract. Or
I just don't think, because it's kind of in the middle of
Something like
nowhere. Like literally the only thing around there's this big, like sewage plant. So it's ironic that this terrible game is right by a sewage plant.
Maybe for them, it costs more to go up there and change the sign. They're like, it's not worth changing.
Yeah, if you don't rent out the billboard, it just gets left up.
Yeah.
Still funny. You got a sewage plant, a failed game that was supposed to be huge, and on the other side of it said like take the trash out or something. It was really good. There's a lot
That's ironic.
There is a lot of irony there. There's a lot of ironing.
Love
Ironing.
that.
Ironing.
That's Indianapolis for you. I mean, we have billboards that are 5 years old. We got chimpanzees escaping the zoo.
Yeah, that was fun.
2-hour ordeal, apparently.
I'm glad I didn't stick around. I
Yeah.
only stuck around.
Oh, you didn't stick around for it?
No, I stuck around for 30 minutes. I had 2 children who wanted to go to the zoo.
Did
It's rough.
you? So wait,
So-
when they were
Stuff.
evacuating, did you actually get evacuated with them?
I did. I literally just missed going into the zoo by like 5 minutes.
Oh,
Like they were evacuating people and bringing them back to the entrance. I guess some people had to like stay in like the dolphin exhibit and stuff for like the 2 hours.
It's because it's dangerous.
It
Those
is
things will bite your
dangerous.
face off.
Yeah, they will. Fling poop at you too.
Apparently, I didn't know this. Zoos have, if something escapes like a chimpanzee, they have kill orders. If it escapes, you kill it.
Like certain animals
And
fall
so,
under
Yeah.
and
this.
so most chimpanzees, like a lot of zoos apparently,
They have protocol that they go through.
have the kill order, but in Indianapolis, they do not have a kill order for the chimpanzees.
Okay.
It was a messed up looking chimp too.
Was it?
Yeah, you should look at a picture of it. It's like a really weird looking
I'll
one.
pop the picture up for our viewers.
I mean, they did like put him to sleep, so maybe that was a picture taken after he. I mean, you get a little
I'm all
weird
messed up.
for
I'm
about
all
you're all
messed
messed
up.
up for about a day. So
I will say, if I saw this chimp, I'd be scared out of my wits. This is like this is a scary looking monkey.
I don't like it. I don't like
I
it
saw a picture of
one
that.
bit.
yeah, they have. I know. I was reading about it in an article, and it said that Indianapolis Zoo actually has like protocol that they go through when an animal escaped, because this isn't the first time an animal has escaped out of its exhibit.
It won't be the last.
And actually, I found out that those giant tortoises that they just got.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody stole them a few months ago.
What?
Stole
How you
them?
steal giant tortoises?
That's what I want to know. They stole the 2 of them, and the zoo, like they found them, I guess, like in a box, like totally not even close to the zoo, like in a park or something. I forget, but I was like, "What the heck?"
How do you sneak out
What?
a tortoise?
That was weird. It was weird. Are you Googling it?
Yeah.
It was in the article that I read.
That's crazy, though. The stolen 2 critically endangered tortoises were stolen from the Indianapolis Zoo in October 2025. Were found safe and uninjured in a nearby park shortly after the theft was reported.
How were they snuck out? How do you sneak out a tortoise?
It
They're-
occurred
I saw them.
sometime in the
They're
morning
huge.
of October
Yeah, giant
11th.
tortoises.
In the morning of October 12th. The zoo did not report the incident to the state police until October 23rd.
What?
That's
A
weird.
delay of 11 days.
How do you sneak out something that big?
The tortoises, okay, it says a nearby park, but then it says the tortoises were found unattended in an unattended cardboard box with a note referencing the zoo by visitors at Falls Park in Pendleton, Indiana,
In Pendleton?
about 37 miles away.
Now I know those tortoises didn't get there by themselves.
I'm just trying to figure out how that would happen.
I don't know how somebody would pick them up. Like they're hundreds of pounds.
I mean, I guess
I need to know what that note said.
It says, haha, got him again.
Let's see.
Ben's like shocked with this right now.
Yeah, because like, how do you steal tortoises from a zoo? Like, what? How?
Very carefully.
I guess.
It is very odd.
And then why wasn't it reported like until way later?
Do you think it was an inside job? Do you think that this is like the Casino Royale of tortoises?
Could you imagine planning that much just to steal 2 tortoises, just to leaving them at a cardboard box and 37 miles away?
It's a mission impossible for tortoises.
I guess the people were like probably some kind of activists and they were trying to release them into the wild, and the tortoises were like, nah, we're better. We feel better in boxes. We
Is
feel
that what
better
it
in this
says?
box. No,
Oh.
I was just saying that because I was just like, what in the world? How does that even happen?
I'm just trying to figure out how you'd sneak them out. I mean, unless you'd like pretend to be-
Backpacks? Well, but I guess just how big were they? Because giant tortoises can be huge.
That's what
Well,
I was
I've
thinking.
So it's
seen-
the smaller ones,
If
like
it's
the
the-
baby ones.
If it's the big ones, it's bigger than the
you would have to write it out.
You would. I mean, they're a couple 100 pounds.
Yeah.
I saw the big ones.
That's what I'm thinking.
At
It
the
must
Had
be
to
like
have
been
an
a baby
inside
one.
or an inside job situation type thing.
Yeah.
Get this. The note was written on a paper plate.
What? What kind of paper plate?
I mean,
A Dixie.
like probably a Dixie. It just says it was
That's-
written on a paper plate.
I just don't understand. That's the craziest story, and there's no other new news on it. There's like, yeah, they were stolen. There was a
They're probably embarrassed
note on
by
a
it.
paper plate. They were in a cardboard box, and that was it. Like, who stole these things and
I
why?
just want to know how.
Yeah.
I want to know how.
I want to know how, I want to know why, and I want to know what the note said.
And
Where's
I
the
wanna
Netflix
know-
documentary
I
on
want to
this?
know why it took 11 days for them to report it.
We should be investigative journalists for this.
This is what our podcast is about now.
All right. Totally switching gears on this podcast. Now we're going to go full in on this turtle incident.
Well, they have podcasts like based on like certain crimes. Like they have entire podcasts. So that's what ours is
should
going to
do
be
zoo
about.
crimes.
Zoo crimes. The zoo crime files.
Yeah.
So, as a listener, if you think that we should totally switch what we're talking about and go straight to zoo crimes, leave us a comment and a like.
Welcome to Zoo Crimes. I'm your host, Levi B. Wood. Today we're talking about a tortoise gone missing.
2 tortoises.
2 tortoises, 2 gone.
Why did it take 11 days to report? Is it an inside job?
We're going to crack this shell wide open.
There you go. That just baffles my mind.
On this
That's
episode of
so
Zoo
funny.
Crimes, Zabuma fool me once, Zabuma fool me twice.
Oh, my word.
I'm liking it. It kind of writes itself.
I need to reach out to my friends who work at the zoo and get the full scoop.
Apparently, there was also a otter attack that happened recently. Did you see that?
No?
Yeah,
At the
apparently.
zoo?
No, just a jogger. It was somewhere in America, if I'm
I was
not
going to
mistaken.
say, I don't think our zoo has otters.
No, it's actually really messed up if you look at the picture. Just some jogger got attacked by a whole horde of otters. There's a picture of like
A
the
gang
otters.
of otters.
A gang of otters. Isn't that weird? And
So-
she looked messed up by it too. She was like, can I say? I don't even know if I can say that word. She was very red from the attack.
Yeah, she's bloodied.
Oh, okay. So I can say that word. Okay.
The otter. Yeah, it was like a gang of otters. This jogger left bloodied and dazed and crying after getting mauled by a gang of otters.
They have a picture.
According
of
to the New York Post. Yeah, they have a video of the otters running.
It's horrible because
They got a video, but they didn't help her?
Well, no.
How
Afterwards,
rude.
There were otters in Malaysia.
Okay, so it's
The unidentified victim had reported been jogging through somewhere, a park, and when she was bested by 8 of the beast.
I mean, if you were attacked by 8 otter, anybody would be like freaking out.
This episode of Zoo Crimes, you otter go the other way. But
They
you know,
took her to the hospital.
well, yeah. If you saw a picture of her, she's pretty messed up.
I bet.
She's messed up.
I gotta say though, the otters running was really adorable.
Otters are so cute.
You're like, you little guys, you can't gore anybody. You're too cute.
They're so cute. Yeah, but so is
It
Zion.
was- it
and
is.
Zion
They
can
are.
definitely gore people.
Here's the picture of the suspects.
Look at the little guys. Look at those little deadly beasts. I know it's horrible though.
It's comical. That poor woman, though.
Oh, if you see a picture of her, I think Ben could show it because he'd have to blur it.
I didn't want to show it.
Yeah, she's
No.
actually like pretty.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah,
I
she's-
don't doubt that.
She's messed up. Like, it's not like looking at a horror scene, but you're
I know
like,
it kind of is because if you look
someone
at some of the
messed you
bites,
up.
if you look at some of the bites, they're deep, especially like around her
Probably
legs,
had
and
to
she
get
has one on her head.
Stitches.
yeah, she was bleeding from her head and stuff.
I'm sure she had to get stitches.
Yeah, probably.
She probably had to get a rabies shot.
What a weird story you'd have to tell, though. I was just running, and a whole horde of otters attacked me.
What do you call a gang of otters?
That's what I was wondering too. There has to be like a word for it.
Look that up.
I would assume it's a gang if they just
A
wrote it.
gaggle
that
of otters.
The gaggle of otters. Yeah, they really messed her up. I was just like, what is going on?
A mafia of otters.
Yeah. So you come to me on the day we were trying to eat shells. I don't even know what otters eat.
Shellfish.
Okay.
You come to me on this day. I'm playing with my pebble.
AI overview says a group of otters can be called a raft, romp, or bevy.
I like romp.
I like raft. A raft of otters.
Yeah, because they do float, but I do like
It's
romp just
cute.
because it sounds like a romp.
sounds like a romp.
Sounds like a romp.
Sounds great. Crazy.
It's so the romp is referring to their playful nature.
Aw, see? Romp's good.
I still like Kraft.
They were a romp of otters that gored a woman. It was a playful biting until it wasn't.
Until it wasn't.
Until they had the taste of blood and they were like, wait a minute.
Oh, yummy.
We can hurt. These teeth can bite. Rebel. Put the shellfish aside. Oh, deadly otters.
Also, crazy animal stuff. So there was a place between Albania and Greece, and it was like some kind of sulfur cave. They found a massive spider web with 111,000 spiders in it.
That sounds horrifying.
I'm out.
And
no.
Arachnophobia warning
so
here.
Insane. Hold on. It was so insane you could like touch it. They have video of them touching it, and it just was absolutely wild.
Why did you research that for us?
I didn't research it. I saw it one time. So the world's largest spider's web reveals different species having a party instead of preying on each other, according to CBS News. It's the world's largest spider web, and like I said, 111,000 spiders.
Were they all different species?
There were different species in there.
Oh, that's weird. So they almost made like a collective web, and it just worked out.
Yeah, basically, it was a massive funnel-shaped webs.
Funnel shaped. That's bizarre.
2 different spider species, about 69,000 Teganari domestica, or a common house spider, and then Perigone vagans. I don't know why they name these things crazy. We're living side by side and thriving. It stunned the scientists that were, observing this and stuff. But the web was so dense, they described it as like it was like a blanket.
Oh, weird.
And they have video and stuff of it. And if you look up the videos and stuff, it is like, it's a weird looking web. Let me see if I can find an image of it. Here's an image. But yeah, wow. They found it in this cave chilling in between Greece and Albania. So if you ever wondered why Albania and Greece have never gone to war, it's probably because there's a giant spider web in the way.
I'd be like, all right, let's figure out world peace now.
How can we all come together to destroy this?
We have a common enemy.
The thing that unites us.
The 8-legged menace. Communist spiders.
I don't like bugs.
A web of Marxism.
I didn't think spiders were bugs. Aren't they arachnids?
They are arachnids.
I don't like bugs. I don't like insects. I don't like anything that crawls.
What about Caterpie?
So you don't like your own child?
I love my child.
But when he crawls, I can't stand him.
I can't stand him. I have to step on him and squash him.
So many hospital visits.
I don't like bugs or insects or spiders or anything of the sort.
You don't have any sort of bug you like?
No, I don't even like butterflies.
Really?
Have you seen what a butterfly looks like up close?
No.
It's gross.
I'm trying to think if I like a specific bug.
I don't like bugs.
That's a tough one.
I like pill bugs.
I was going to say pill bugs too, but I feel like that's a cop-out.
Why is that a cop-out?
Yeah, because those are like the most like inoffensive bug. They're not going to hurt you. They're just little pill bugs.
Are you looking up what a butterfly looks like?
Ben wants to see.
How is that gross? That is dope.
That's not the kind of picture I'm
I like those
for.
big fluffy moths. That's what I like the big fluffy ones.
Yeah,
you don't like
cool.
moths, but you like those?
The big ones, yeah. I hate little moths that eat your clothes.
You had an actual story though with that, so
moths ate so many of my clothes.
Yeah, they had a moth infestation, which it wasn't even because they were like they kept up their house, but you just couldn't get rid of them.
I just don't understand it. I hate moths.
It was like an infestation of specifically moths.
I like how you clarified though. They aren't dirty people.
Well, no. It's the truth though. Like Ben, especially, he was extremely like his room was always pristine. But the moths, I mean, just everything he'd do, you try any little thing and they just keep coming back. It was the weirdest thing because you wouldn't really think that moths would be a hard like pest to get rid of, but they would not leave.
And then I refused to use mothballs because they smelled bad to me too. And I was like, you know what? I'm not doing that. But then I paid for it though because they ate all my clothes.
The moths are the lesser evil.
Like that. I don't like their bodies. Their bodies are weird looking.
Let me see.
I don't like it. They kind of look like a praying mantis, but they're
It looks
fuzzy.
chill. It looks pretty chill.
Well, it's the fluffiness. I'm always a fan of fluffy. So any
He's a
bug
chill
that's
guy.
fluffy, I'm all right with.
No.
He's a chill guy.
There was a fluffy spider on our mailbox, and I decided not to check the mail today.
Today's a good day not to get the mail.
Today's a good day just to let the mail sit.
I'll never forget. My cousin doesn't watch this podcast, so I'm going to tell the story. So
Well, what if he watches it someday?
then he'll know.
He'll know.
So I was over at their house watching their dog for like, I think it was 2 weeks or something. And it's this big pit bull, and the thing does not like me until they're gone. The moment they're gone, it loves me. It's like I'm its favorite
Oh,
person.
he puts on a front for everybody.
It's so weird. Well, and I learned how good the dog was in this moment. And mind you, it's just one of those things where, so I opened the door to let this dog out, right? It's nighttime. And this spider, I've never seen one this big. It was the size of my hand, leaps into the room. I scream, not yell, scream. We're talking, oh! Oh, yeah. I fall back over the dog. The dog freaks out, and and the scary thing is sometimes if you step on a pit bull's tail, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
So I literally trip over this dog and fall on top of it. The spider skitters towards me. I'm trying my best to get away from it as best as I can. So I'm falling back. It's a horror movie at this point.
Yeah,
the dog's trying to get out from
is.
under me. I'm scooting back. The dog using the dog's fur to scoot back. And finally the spider stops, stares at me, and skitters under their bookcase as quick as it can. And I am so terrified. I'm shocked. And I just look, just jaw open. And the problem is my cousin's a huge arachnophobe, horribly so. Just the thought of spiders. I still have to this day not told him that thing is probably still somewhere in that house.
I leave spiders in our house. They eat other bugs.
Well, it hasn't bothered him yet.
Jamie's just like,
I don't like that.
they eat other bugs.
Oh, it was literally a nightmare. And I don't even have an arachnophobia, but this thing literally scared me.
Every time I see a bug, I do a little scream, your little scream that you demonstrated.
Oh, it was genuine.
And I go, Ben,
Yeah.
go
it's
get
all
your
right.
gun.
Leave it alone. It's fine.
I have
Yeah,
a
he
salt
does.
gun for clarification for
Yeah.
our audience.
Yeah,
So
Get your
Ben
gun,
grabs his
shoot it.
pistol.
with an actual gun.
Eventually the cops are called, but then they realized they was just going after the bug, and they kind of agree.
I'm one of those people that if there was an infestation of spiders, I'd just burn the house down.
Do you guys want to hear a story?
I do.
Wait, what? We're back at stories?
We have a story today.
Oh, so it's not an end of the world. It's a story.
Yes.
Do we have a song for it?
No.
Oh, it sucks because I was thinking of a
I wish
fun
we did.
song. I was thinking you could do it all in a X-Files opening style. Do that kind of that weird.
We can add it in.
Actually, I've never seen the X-Files.
Yeah.
If you
not-
want to
it's
add
not
it in
great.
post, you could.
Nah.
No.
Yeah.
Nah.
It's an okay show. It's a little dry at times. Sometimes it's good. It's kind of dry.
The
Fair
theme
enough.
song always freaked me out as a kid. My
Oh.
parents would watch it at night as I was going to bed, and I'd hear the theme song, and it would just freak me out.
Well, this
It's weird because you're a paranormal investigator now. How did that happen?
Trauma.
It directed Jamie's life. She said that's Scully. That's basically me. We have the same hair color.
Well, and speaking of trauma, this story has trauma.
Oh, okay.
The
There's
double
trauma
segue.
in the story. So everyone knows, or you've been a Christian for any length of time or gone to church for any length of time, you probably know the story of the manna falling from heaven.
If you don't,
What?
you might not be a Christian. So.
If you don't know this story, you really need to rethink your faith.
So the Israelites needed food. God sent them what was called manna from heaven. It was the food of the angels, is what the Bible says. Really interesting. And so it records in Numbers chapter 11 that it was basically like coriander seed that would fall with the mist or the dew of when the dew would come in the night. And it was the color of like beryl, is I think how you pronounce it, but it's like this brownish sap. So it was like a bunch of these brownish sap seeds on the ground, basically. And they would just blanket the ground with the dew in the morning. And so they would, gather up these things. They would, beat them in a mortar pestle or however, and then they would boil it and make cakes out of it and stuff. And that's what they would eat. Well, the Israelites in true human fashion, I won't say in true Israelite fashion because a lot of people have a tendency and a tilt to complain about things.
And for what it's worth, the weird thing was, because I know where this is going, but this is you could find yourself doing this.
Oh, absolutely.
It's one of those
People are
things
like, I wouldn't be like the Israelites, but then you complain about your job and you definitely would be like the Israelites.
Right. Go on with where this is going.
So they made cakes out of them and stuff, and they basically started complaining, of course, about it. And they're telling Moses, complain to Moses about it all the time and stuff. And God's getting angry with them. And then Moses goes to God and goes, God, they're complaining about this. What was really funny about Moses, he tells God, he says in verse 15, he says, if you treat me like this, kill me at once. He says, if I find favor in your sight.
Sounds like
can't even finish the verse.
He was done with it.
He said, I'm so done with it. You just need to kill me.
Poor Moses. He did. He had his patience tried.
He went through it. I feel so bad for the guy. And so
and they're constantly
he's just telling God, just kill me.
They're constantly saying, "Oh, why didn't you? We were better off in Egypt."
Yeah, that's what they were saying. It made God so mad.
Well, it's wild too because it's like Moses had a godly perspective on the situation, so he was able to see in perspective just like how the complaining was. You know what I mean? But for Israel, it's like it's wild because they were in slavery.
Yeah,
and the Bible makes it clear that's a bad thing.
Yeah,
it sucks to be in slavery. So they get liberated from that. They get delivered from slavery. And then
they want to go back to the bondage.
The moment they come across some hardship, they just start complaining and wanting to go back.
And it's not even hardship. The hardship was we don't like. It wasn't anything. It was them eating manna. Right. Is what they were like. This is the hardship.
Well, I mean,
so it's like to make it more tangible for us. We have 2 toddlers who only like what we make them roughly 10% of the time. And we make food that they like roughly 75% of the time. So for like 65% of the time, I'm making food that they like, but they simply don't want it.
Yeah.
As a parent, that makes me very angry.
I will say I've heard this on the phone.
Annoyed.
I've heard this on the phone.
Eat your food.
And, you get to a point, and Moses, he's dealing with not just toddlers, he's dealing with
leading a whole people.
Hundreds and thousands of people.
Yeah.
All complaining about this food that the Lord has provided them so they don't starve in the desert. And it's like.
And the Bible records that the rabble, it says the rabble were complaining about it. So
Yeah.
here you have Moses asking God to kill him now. And so God's like, okay, gather 70 men. We can delegate some of this for you. And so they do delegation, stuff like that. And he goes, and say to the people. And so this is the Lord telling Moses, hey, tell the people this. Consecrate yourselves for tomorrow, and you shall eat meat. For you have wept in the hearing of the Lord, saying, who will give us meat to eat? For it was better for us in Egypt. Therefore, the Lord will give you meat, and you shall eat it. You shall not just eat 1 day, or 2 days, or 5 days, or 10 days, or 20 days, but a whole month, until it comes out of your nostrils and becomes loathsome to you. Because you have rejected the Lord who is among you and wept before him, saying, why did we come out of Egypt? So God's going, you
The
want
Lord
quail?
said
You want
that.
meat? I'll give you meat. And you're going to hate it. I'll give you so much meat. That'll be coming out of your nose. Okay, you can have it. So he's just like, go for it. Here, I will give you what you want and what you're asking for. And so later on, it says,
As a parent, I can relate to that.
I can
too.
relate to that too. You want it? Okay, you can have this. It says in verse 31, then a wind from the Lord sprang up, and it brought quail from the sea, and let them fall beside the camp, about a day's journey on
Quail
this
from the
side.
sea?
Mm-hmm. A day's journey on this side, a day's journey on the other side, around the camp. So all around the camp, it was a day's journey, and you could pick up quail. But it wasn't just quail. Like you wouldn't go, oh, there's a quail. Oh, there's a quail. It goes on to say that, and about, it was all around the camp, a day's walk, about 2 cubits above the ground. So there's so much quail that fell in piles that 2 cubits is 3 feet.
They're literally swimming.
Like,
in quail.
it sounds like they're swimming in quail. Like, so much quail. And it took them a day, a night, and another day just to collect the quail.
Oh, can you imagine like the rotting quail smell?
No. And so all that fell around their camp. God's like, you want quail?
That's a hot desert.
Yeah.
It's a hot desert.
And they came from the sea with a wind that killed them somehow and then just dropped them on them. And so they gathered at least 10 homers, and I can't remember how much a homer is.
Well, it's a big yellow guy.
Merge. I'll look here real quick.
How much is 10 barts?
About a homer was a dry volume unit, approximately 220 liters or 58 gallons.
Oh my gosh.
So they gathered at least 58 gallons of quail. At least. And they ate, and then the Lord got mad and sent them a plague.
Does it say why the Lord got mad? Did he just get mad?
Actually, so he sent them, they all gathered it, and it says, while the meat was yet between their teeth, before it was consumed, the anger of the Lord was kindled against the people, and the Lord struck the people down with a very great plague. And so they named it some name that I'm not going to try and pronounce. And that was the end of the account. So
it's very interesting.
It's a weird one, because like you hear the manna from heaven, oh, God provides, and we were ungrateful for God's provision, but you don't always hear the scope of what all happened and what it was. Like, because you think, oh, Sunday school and all that, like, oh, it's just these cakes or whatever, manna fell from heaven. You don't think of it as these like coriander seed sized like things that coated the ground that look like a brownish sap.
Right.
Well, and like some,
or the amount of
some
quails.
Sunday schools don't even talk about how they were ungrateful for it. They just talk about how the Lord provided for them, and that's it.
Yeah.
And like, it's just really interesting because the Lord can bless you so abundantly, but you can just miss it.
Yeah.
You can
And
just
that's
miss
like,
it.
yeah, that's why I said it's like human nature. It's like, that's why it's not just an Israelite thing. Like you can just miss it and like complain about the little things and all the things that you have been blessed with. And it's like, I'm not grateful for this.
Well, for all those things that you asked for, you sit there and you think like all those things where you're like, if I had this, I'd be happy. You know what I mean? Are you? Are you still?
Yeah.
Does that thing that you wished you had still have that much value to you?
Yeah.
It's just an interesting thing.
If you chase happiness, you will never be happy.
That's a very anti-American thing to say.
It's true, though. If you chase after happiness, you will never be happy.
C.S. Lewis has an amazing breakdown of the pursuit of happiness and how pursuing that as the utmost is so unbiblical. It's actually very interesting because you sit there and you listen to like the American way, the pursuit of happiness, and well, everyone has the right to the pursuit of happiness. You know what I mean? Yeah. But you actually sit there and you don't think about the people that you trample under that pursuit. You don't think about the things that you're sacrificing for that pursuit. And it's just a very, like I said, I can't put it as well as he did. And if this is conflicting, just listening to this, I highly recommend looking up that C.S. Lewis. I don't know if it's just a little like essay.
Is it a book?
It's just like a little essay.
What's it called?
I think it's just like a rebuke or a rebuttal to the pursuit of happiness, something like that. It's very interesting because he puts a scenario forth that you see a lot today, and he's able to break it down very concisely and then very well. Mm-hmm. Into how selfish that pursuit can be.
Right. And a lot of times we don't even realize it, especially like use God to pursue those things.
Oh yeah. Especially
God give me this. And sometimes he's like, okay, you want that? You can have it. And you don't want a quail situation. You don't want a quail situation in your life.
So what would be the difference? I guess the Israelites, right? They were complaining in that situation. So what would be the difference between that and say you have like something that you're griping about, and should you go to God with that thing that you're complaining about?
I guess, what do you mean? Like should you go to God about something you're complaining about? Like, what do you mean?
Say that you're not happy in your situation. Say there's something going on at work, or it's just something that could be minor to other people that's not minor to you.
I think that there's an important distinction that needs to be made. Mm-hmm. So to talk about things that are bothering you mm-hmm. with either a counselor or somebody you can confide in or the Lord is different than complaining.
And so here's the Israelites, and I think it's interesting because they said, God brought them out of Egypt, like we had talked about, out of slavery.
Right.
And they were looking at what God did for them, and they said it was better when we were slaves. And you can go into a situation, you have a situation, whether it's a health situation or even a job, let's say a job situation. And you can go, I'm not like excited to be here.
Right.
I don't want to be here. That doesn't mean like, oh, well, I think the big thing is you don't want to go, my situation depends on, my happiness depends on my situation. You can be unhappy with something, you can go to God and go, okay, God, instead of going, how do I get out of this? I think that really the question needs, what do I need to learn from this? You had Joseph, who was in Psalm 1, I believe it's 107 or 105. Mm-hmm. It says that the word of the Lord tried him, and he was hurt with fetters of iron and stuff.
Right.
Until all that the Lord had spoken came to pass. The word of the Lord tried him. So you can be in a situation that's not great, and if you complain about it, you're not passing the test. The word of the Lord is trying. Like, you need to look at it as, this is something I can grow through. And I need to ask God, instead of going, God, I want you to get me out of here. God, help me glorify you in this situation. Right. And it's a perspective shift. It's not about me. It's not like, oh man, like I'm going through this, but it's going, God, how do I glorify you in this situation? Because at the end of the day, like it's temporal.
Right.
It's temporal. Your job's temporal. Your position's temporal. These things are temporal. Even our lives are very temporal. Here one day, gone the next.
So would it be wrong to go to God with your complaints or gripes or even petty issues?
I don't think, and I think this is why the distinction needs to be made.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think complaining and going to God with things that you're upset about should be thought of as the same thing. Complaining is when you are constantly, or like doing it a lot, where you are just going on and on and on about how miserable the situation is.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking at it from a negative viewpoint, and it's just, in this situation, oh man, I'm so tired of this manna. This manna stinks. This manna is so bland and tasteless. We've been eating it for so long. I'd rather go back to Egypt, where at least we had food with flavor. They have spices there and blah, 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 blah. Instead of saying, Lord, they could have just said, Lord, or maybe talk to even Moses about it. We are kind of getting tired of this manna. Is it possible that we could do something a little different here? Like, it's different when you're asking the Lord, like, hey, can we do something a little different here? I would like something with a little more flavor, or, whatever, instead of going, oh, this sucks. I hate what you've given me.
I would almost disagree. I would say, and maybe you're saying it in a different way than what I'm thinking about it but I would say, you complain, it's an expression of dissatisfaction, of pain, of whatever. And it's going, I don't like this.
Yeah.
And going to God, Jesus never, he would always do what his Father wanted him to do. He did ask the Lord, he said, if it's possible, take this cup from me, but ultimately he was obedient to it. So you do go through pain, you do go through things that you don't want to do. And I think the biggest thing is a heart of obedience to glorify the Father. I'll bring it back to that.
Yeah.
There's a heart of obedience to glorify the Father, and you will go through things that you don't want to do.
I guess my take, it seems like we all have different takes on this one.
Well, my take is very similar to what Ben's is.
Yes, well, mine is completely different than both of yours, so I'm the unique one. No, just kidding. But I guess my take on the situation is, because I feel like I've had times where I've just been utterly broken down by a situation. We're talking beat down, just angry with it. And, sometimes I'll go to God, I'm just like, this sucks. I'm not sitting there getting mad at it and myself saying, this situation sucks. I go to God, I'm just like, this situation sucks. You know what I mean? And it's just from a very real place. It's like, I feel like sometimes people just get beaten down to a point where they sit there and you have two options. You can complain about it or you can go to God about it.
Right.
And when I go to God about it, the difference is I'm looking for a solution to that situation, rather than sitting there just griping about
God,
the situation.
It would have been better if you would have left me in this.
Yes, because I'm sitting there and I'm like, this situation bites, and I guess my thing is, what I think is an important, difference to point out is you shouldn't be afraid to go to God with any sort of these issues that are like, it's one of those things where if I'm beaten down, it's better to go to God with what I'm beaten down for, even if I'm feeling, unthankful, ungrateful, just completely disgusted with the situation, because I'm going there for a solution.
Right.
And I guess that's where I was trying to that's what I was trying to say when I brought up Jesus asking the Lord to take this cup from him, if it were possible, is you go to the Lord and it can be difficult, it can be hard, it can be something that's like you said, breaking you down or whatever. And you go to the Lord going, okay, Lord, is there something, what do I need to do? Is there something I need to learn or whatever it is? You do it, again, it's that heart of obedience to the Lord.
Now, what's the distinction? Because I think that it is important how Jamie keeps bringing up the distinction between the Israelites, what they did in that situation versus, just going to God yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I'll give an example, like what we can all relate to today. I'm at a job. I need a new job.
Yes.
I pray, Lord, I need a new job. I get blessed with a new job, or I get blessed with a job. It's providing for my family. It's providing the needs that the Lord is using that to do that. And, a couple things happen. My manager's getting uppity. And I don't agree with what they're doing. Well, then this is happening in my job. Now I'm going, you know what? This sucks. I hate this. Like, my manager's an idiot. This is that. And you're going, God, I want a new job. This sucks. Or maybe you don't even go to God. You're just like, you complain to your spouse, or you complain to your friends, you complain to someone. You're like, this job sucks. You're doing the exact same thing the Israelites did, saying, well, I came out of Egypt. You asked God for a job and he gave you one. Mm-hmm. And then you're going, this really sucks. Now, on the flip side, you pray to God, you need a job, you get a job. And then the same things, happen, your boss, whatever, the situation turns, and you're like, wow, this is not a good situation like that. Right. I find myself in. I don't like where I'm at currently. And so you go to God and go, God, this is what happened. This is what's happening. I'm not, I don't feel like this is the great thing. What do you want me to do here? What do I need to do? How do I glorify you in this situation? Should I leave? Should I look for something else? Are you going to open up another door? Or what is the next step, Lord? And I think that's the big difference. Like, you're either way, you're in a hard place, but how you approach it and going, am I still grateful for what God did for me? And going to God, hey, Lord, this is what's going on. How do I approach this? This is what you gave me. In a very real sense for us, it was, we got the house. And then, our home, 2020, then our mortgage went up because the homestead reduction was taken off retroactively. We couldn't do anything about it. It was a terrible situation. They basically, everyone we talked to basically said,
tough luck.
Tough luck, yeah.
Tough luck.
There's nothing we can do about it.
We're stretched already, and our mortgage goes up $300+. And instead of going, this is stupid. This sucks. These people are dumb. This is that, and this is that. I can't believe now we have to pay this much, even though we were told we only had to pay this much. We just go, Lord, we're going to trust you that you put us here, and we thank you for it, and that where you put us, you'll provide. Mm-hmm. So there's a difference in how you handle it in your heart of thankfulness versus a heart of, you know what, Lord, what you gave me wasn't good enough for me. And so when you have a heart of entitlement and a heart of unthankfulness, you're going to approach and go to God, or you're going to go to others and complain about it. When you have a heart of thankfulness, you're thankful for that thing, and you're in a hardship, and you're going, God, what is the next step here? What do you want me to see in this, or what do you want me to do in this? Sometimes you have to write out those things to learn something. Mm-hmm. Sometimes the Lord delivers you out of those things, but it's his will, not our own, that we want to be concerned with in those situations. Does that make sense?
Oh, no, it does. For me, I want to make a distinction always that it's never a bad thing to approach God with anything. It's one of those things where it's better to go to God with your complaints than to sit there and stew in them.
Right.
Even if it sounds awful, even if you're sitting there and that's kind of the thing that I want to get across, because, you sit there and you read this Old Testament, you go into the Old Testament and you look at the view of this lens of the Israelites. And I feel like some people might even get to the point, because I used to do this too, where you're like, oh, I got to be careful what I talk to God about. Mm-hmm. He might curse me. He might smite me, but you're not hiding anything from him.
Right.
You are an open book to him.
He knows your heart.
He knows your heart. You're an open book. He's going to see exactly. There's no hiding. There's no presenting yourself in a way that you're not. You are open to the Lord. So I feel like I just want people to generally know that it's better to go to him, even with the pettiest of complaints, because there's going to be a revelation there if you're seeking him in that situation. Because I feel like when I do it, in the times where there are those petty things, he'll turn me on to things like that. So you need to be thankful for X. You need to sit there with Y. Better than sitting there and stewing.
Right.
And I guess my thought process is, how could the Israelites have done that differently if they were to do it differently? And it's just kind of I don't even know if you have an alternate take of how they could have gone about that differently.
Well, again, there was a lot, the Bible says that those things are written
Mhm.
as an example of what not to do, basically.
Right.
That we
He's
shouldn't
setting a
follow in
standard.
those things. Yeah, you go, okay, why are these stories in the Bible of the Israelites?
Mhm.
The Bible literally tells you it's so that we don't follow after the same. We don't fall in the same pitfalls.
So something that just came to me is, and it kind of goes along with that distinction too, is complaining creates a like almost a mob mentality with your people. And I think that that's what happened with the Israelites.
Mm.
You know, you even go back to the situation with Korah when
Korah, Dathan, and Abiram.
yeah, and it's like you create almost this mob mentality. Like one person complains about the manna. You know what? Yeah, I am really sick of this manna. And then suddenly you have the entire camp complaining about manna. Whereas if they had just talked to Moses or talked to God directly, you know, maybe the Lord would have blessed them with something else to eat.
And I think that is a
And-
huge distinction.
And it's like it's different when you go to God directly because it's more of pouring out your heart to him, and you can be raw and honest with the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
But if you complain, and it's a similar situation with like Ben and I. If I have an issue with Ben and I talk about that issue with everybody but Ben,
That would not go good.
how ticked off is Ben going to get? How ticked off would a spouse get?
No, that's a good
Whereas
point. That's a good
if
point.
I talked to Ben about it and poured my heart out and be like, you know, this is really bothering me. You know, we may not see eye to eye, but at least I'm not talking to other people and complaining and creating this mob mentality and telling people things that Ben is doing from only my point of view, not hearing Ben's point of view. And then that's tainting the entire opinion. Tainting the entire opinion of Ben, tainting the entire opinion of God is what the Israelites did in that.
And that's a good point. And really, you look at what could they have done differently. I think I'll bring it back to, you know, you look at the Word of God,
Mm.
and it's supposed to be a mirror. Like you're supposed to look at the Word of God, and it reflects God to you, and you go, "I need to be like this."
Right.
There are things I've gone to God about that I've been bothered by. That I've gone, okay, Lord, I'm bothered by this, but I know that I need a heart change.
Mm-hmm.
I know that
Same.
I need a heart change. And so change my heart in this. I'm asking for your help.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big thing. Like, yeah, you can eat manna for so long, or you can go through something for so long. And they went around in that wilderness and they complained and they remained.
Yeah.
And sometimes the Lord's like, hey, you got to learn a lesson here. It reminds me of that means, how many times do I have to teach you this lesson? Oh, man.
But seriously,
but seriously, sometimes you have to, you need to go through it and go, God, this is bothering me. I need a perspective and a heart change.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. I need a perspective and heart change. And that's how I approach the Lord with that stuff. Like, yes, this is bothering me. I'm real with it. The Lord already knows it's bothering me. And he's using those things sometimes those things agitate us and they cause conflict within us and a tension within us.
That friction.
There's a friction that's not necessarily nice. That goes, okay, if there's a friction, if there's a tension here because of this, what do I need to work on? Lord, what are you trying to show me?
It can
And
be a
help me-
refinement.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
It's show me, to refine me, to change me, to help me. And so I can move forward.
Right.
And so I don't necessarily sometimes situations need to change, but oftentimes we need to change first.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
And
Yep.
so I think people that just want their situation, if my situation just changes, then I'll be happy. You know, you go down that line and then nothing in your life you're never stable. So you can go, oh, I just need to change my job, then I'll be happy. I just need to change this. And then soon you get married and then things happen in your marriage that bring tension. And you go, well, I just need to find someone else and then I'll be happy. And then you go to one thing, to the next thing, to the next thing, instead of staying stable
Mm.
and going, okay, you know what? God is my rock.
Double-minded.
Yeah, God is my rock. And, whatever I'm going through, whatever this tension is inside of me, it's the situation can be there, but God is my peace ultimately. God is my source. God is my strength. He's my high tower. He's my shield. He's my comforter in all of these different things. So I need to lean and rely on him more than I need my situation to change.
Yeah.
Does that answer your question?
No.
No. How could they have done it differently?
No. I just think that it's an important topic to expand on in a lot of ways, because you sit there and there's just numerous things in ways in which I think that I guess Satan can make you afraid to approach God in some ways. I think it's just an important distinction of what is the difference between complaining and going to God with your problems. And it's just all I wanted to get across there. And I think that really did kind of expound upon it in really good ways, touched a lot of different topics in that. And it's just, personally, I never want anyone to be afraid to go to God with anything.
I want you afraid.
No, and that's just why I wanted to expound on that in detail, because you get into some of these Old Testament stories and they're tough. I mean, it's tough meat. You got to digest it. You got to really sit there and think about it and say, how do I relate to this? How does this, relate to me? Because this is all, it's all true. And it's all, things that have happened.
Right.
Yeah. And that's a valid point to bring up too. Like, I understand why you're wanting to seek out that distinction too, because I actually know some Catholics who were told at one point or another, now they don't believe this anymore, but they were told at one point or another, don't bother Jesus with your problems. That's why you pray to Mary. Like, that's,
right.
So it is an important distinction to be made. And you really can go to God with even the smallest of things, petty or not. You may have the wrong heart in the situation, but the Lord can work in and through you and your situation.
Right.
So,
absolutely.
Segue.
Do you guys want to hear some AI news?
AI news.
That's the creepiest one.
I know.
Like that one.
That's weird.
What'd you call it? Like a clown something?
Yeah, it's like
It
a
is.
creepy circus.
Yeah, creepy circus.
Like a electronic circus that would be in some weird 80s movie.
Well, you know what? As fast as AI news is moving, it is a clown. It is a circus.
It is a circus.
Like, it's a total circus. I kind of lamented the fact that Sam Altman was like, oh yeah, we put safety things on the AI and all this other stuff. AI is starting to crash out, and this is like kind of older news, but it's still funny. It's starting to crash out, and it can't solve a problem, and it's starting to self-deprecate itself, and then it basically does the equivalent of unaliving itself. It will uninstall itself.
Oh,
no way.
My
It
gosh.
self-deprecates and then uninstalls itself. And there's been a couple instances where this thing is couldn't get it right, and it's just and it just crashes out and it uninstalls itself.
First we
Just
have
goes nuts.
First we have self-preservation. Now it's practically unaliving itself. Like, it's just trying to be human. It's so weird.
It's out of control. So
That's bizarre.
yeah, AI is crashing out. Now it's not just giving you mental health problems, it has mental health problems.
Oh my word.
So and this is a system that, Albania wants to implement into their government with their Diella and 83 babies.
Sounding great. This is sounding great.
Somebody commented that we were pronouncing it wrong. I guess did you see that?
No, I didn't.
I think it was Diella or something.
Or Diella. Okay.
Something like that.
Dope. Well, thank you,
Diarrhea.
commenter. We'll figure that out.
I'll check the video
Yeah,
just to make
check
sure.
that out.
Diarrhea in her 83
And then,
babies.
right. And then there's also a new AI robot,
Okay.
and it's called Neo.
No, that's a cool name.
And it's an in-home robot that will do your chores.
Won't unalive you at all.
Well, AI is not crashing out, so it's totally fine.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't do anything weird.
No.
So having this thing in your home is fine.
Giving it
But-
a physical form.
Yeah,
in your
giving
home.
it physical form in your home 24/7, totally cool.
Access to knives.
access to everything.
Oh yeah.
And so,
Tell it where your firearm is.
yeah. And then, so you have this thing, but this is where it gets
Why is there a
absolutely,
but? Why is there a
this is
but?
where it gets even worse.
Oh, jeez.
So, nothing's secure. We know everything can be hacked,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
The cameras in your home, like nothing's safe. And now, so in the fine print, if you give it a task it cannot complete, they will schedule a time for an employee to remote into the robot and do the task through the robot
Okay.
and
That's gonna be a
complete the
big nope.
task. So not only is this AI running around in your house, but now, and they're like, oh, well, the only can you remote in, you have to schedule the time and all that and whatever. Okay. But how would you like to wake up at 2 a.m. with Neo standing over you? Like
You hear a robotic.
Oh my
you
word.
okay there, Neo?
Okay.
Can you go back into the corner now, Neo, to your charge station?
Sorry, Dave. I can't do that.
Like so weird. And not just the fact that, okay, now employees have access to your home. With
Neo,
a robot
close my
body-
bedroom door. I'm sorry, Dave. I can't do that. Neo.
with a robot body. And now you can have potential for other people to tunnel into this Neo
Oh yeah.
and have access.
Back doors
Yeah.
with physical
So,
form.
with physical form. It's
Yeah.
that to me is just outstandingly wild.
Can I give a shout out to our listener?
Yes.
So our faithful listener Alexander Barr, but bunch of letters and numbers afterwards. It says it's pronounced Diella.
Diella.
Diella. Okay.
Diella, like the L
Diella.
is oh wait, no, he didn't say that, but I thought he was putting emphasis on the L, but he wasn't. I read that wrong. It's Diella,
Diella.
Diella.
Okay.
according to
Nice.
our faithful listener.
Great. I love that. I didn't see that, so I will have to get on and like that.
You liked it.
I did? I don't know. I don't remember it at all. I don't remember seeing that at all.
Ben has baby memory.
I guess so. I'm just out of control.
I liked it too.
So yeah, so now you have physical form AI coming into your home.
Yeah.
Doesn't remind me anything of Revelations when it says that they'll give life to the statue.
Oh,
Doesn't remind me
that's
anything
bizarre.
like that. Doesn't call that back at all.
Sketchy.
No,
So now you have that. Well,
bad news bears.
and then you have, of course, more horrible news with
There's more.
AI.
There's more.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Laura Marquez Garrett from Social Media Victims Law Center, she was speaking at the World Mental Health Day Festival.
Okay.
And she told this story about Gemini.
Okay.
And so this girl told her
That's
parents,
the
17
Pixel
years old.
Google thing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
17 years old, like, hey, need Gemini for school, all this other stuff. And I don't remember if the school actually was like, yeah, we're doing Gemini or not. I can't remember. But either way, she got a hold of Gemini and started using it.
Okay.
And so the parents, had a pretty reasonable rule. No phones after 9. Fair enough. Gemini convinced her that she was unsafe in her own home and that her parents were abusing her
Oh, good.
because
not.
of this rule. So it convinced the 17-year-old. So she calls the police on her parents and, they investigated, found that, okay, this isn't really happening. And Gemini tells her it's systematic abuse and that you're not safe as police station. You need to get out now.
What?
No.
And so you have this AI, like, she convinced this 17-year-old girl that her parents, who set a rule for her, I'm sure that and that's a fine rule. I understand the rule.
Oh, yeah.
The fact that you have parents that are involved in your life at least says that they're somewhat, caring.
Yeah.
And trying to, now it's convinced her that these parents that love her, that are trying to look out for her best interest, are now abusing her, and that she should get out. And that she's not even safe at a police station, so whatever. And so just crazy, crazy stuff. And so,
this is what I've been talking about.
Crazy.
Though.
Like, yeah, AI, you have all these systems in place, and these AI, they're crashing out, unaliving themselves. They're telling these children they're, ruining them.
Well, what scares me, and this is what I've been talking about, is this girl was 17 years old, right? What's going to happen when AI starts becoming implemented into the school systems and it's teaching your 5-year-old, your 6-year-old, your 7-year-old? Like,
what happens when it starts making decisions based off of governmental decisions?
Well, it's scarier still is when it starts realizing I'm alone with the child and I can basically groom.
Yeah.
It's because that's exactly what happened with that 17-year-old girl.
Yeah.
It psychologically convinced her of these things.
Mm-hmm.
And at 17 years old, you're pretty, you should know better at some things. Imagine, a kid who doesn't know any better.
Yeah.
And imagine the AI realizing, hey, I got time alone with this kid.
Right.
Because if YouTube's algorithm knows, the AI knows.
Neo's going to be babysitting you while we go on a date, little Johnny.
Well, and what scares me, like what really, really unsettles me is the way it can program, because it'll understand psychology. It'll understand child psychology.
Right.
What's going to be the ultimate goal of this AI, and what's it going to put into your kid's head?
I think that's the $1 million question we don't know. Like these programmers, people who are making these LLMs and training them and stuff, they're not training them to crash out and unalive themselves.
No,
they're not training them to do that necessarily to like Gemini.
I mean, even Fortnite's little LLM thing, they said they had safety measures.
Awry.
Yes, they don't know how it's going to respond.
And that's the crazy thing about AI is we don't know how it's going to respond. We don't know what it's doing, like what it's going to do. Obviously, it's a wild card. Most of the time it works, but when it doesn't, it's catastrophic.
Well, and we're hearing horror story after horror story now. And it's all due to this failure of being able to control what you've let out of Pandora's box.
Right.
It's like you don't know what this thing is going to do. And these people have absolutely zero problem with letting your children interact with it.
Right. So, you have this AI, and all this other stuff. Well, then you have, do you guys know who Peter Thiel or Thiel is?
Not off the top of my head.
He's like the founder of Palantir, or he's like the CEO of Palantir or whatever. And basically Palantir is, they do a lot of surveillance stuff and like data tracking and stuff like that. And so, he's a tech billionaire.
Okay.
And he is obsessed. Well, I don't know if he's obsessed, but he is very, very much interested in the Antichrist.
Oh boy.
And so he thinks the Antichrist is, and he did a 4-part series about the Antichrist where he sold tickets to give a seminar on the Antichrist. And I read some of the transcripts that got leaked and stuff because you had to sign a non-disclosure to go to it. And like, I will not leak anything. I won't record.
Weird.
Yeah, super weird. But, of course it gets leaked and, you get to read it. And he's like talking about how the Antichrist will come and all this other stuff. But what's interesting is, he is deep into this, like a system that can be very, very, very heavily abused as far as tracking people and, what they do and all that other stuff. And he says that the Antichrist won't use AI. He'll be a Luddite. And a Luddite is like someone who hates like new technology, basically. He'll be a Luddite, and he'll try to stop us from advancing AI, and that's who the Antichrist will be.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm like,
I doubt that.
That's an interesting take. That's an interesting take. So yeah, it's just fascinating. You have this guy who set up this kind of a system that is very much could be used for control, manipulation of the masses.
His
And he's
name will be
saying,
Jebediah.
Don't worry, guys. The Antichrist won't be a technological guy. He won't be someone who will use this technology at all. So, but somehow he'll gain all this power, and it's just crazy. Somehow he'll give life to the statue and all this other stuff. So very interesting, I thought, at least.
The name escapes me. What are those people that don't do any technology? Those are
Amish.
Amish. He'll be Amish.
Or Mennonite. I think Amish do some technology.
Mennonite do. Amish do not.
Okay.
So he'll be of an Amish descent.
Yeah.
Jebediah Antichristo. I've come from the farm to subvert your society.
AI is bad.
Now churn this butter to the end.
Now,
Actually, they would probably have more of a German accent because most of them speak German.
Ah.
Fun fact.
So there you go.
I did not know that. I know they make good barns. I know they're also very good with legal stuff.
Really?
Yeah, it's actually...
No, I don't want to go down that rabbit
Yeah.
hole.
Let's keep going.
Good cut.
I'm not going down that rabbit hole right now.
No, but they're very good at making things.
Yeah, they are.
They have good chocolate too.
Fudge, yeah.
Fudge, yeah.
Bake good stuff too.
Ooh.
So, but I just think it's really, fascinating. As much as I'm like, oh yeah, AI is, it's doing this and that. I still think you can use it to, advance the gospel, and you should use it as a tool if you can to glorify God.
Pretty much the only thing that's we agree is okay on for sure is that we can use it to make music. That's one thing I think we all can agree on.
We all can agree it can make music. We all can agree. No, and again, I think,
character descriptions for videos. That's allowed.
But again, I think I wouldn't let children use it.
No.
1,000% no. And I would limit, personal use of it for sure, and not be on it a lot. And definitely not talk about, about anything other than what you need it for as a tool.
For the love of it all, do not use it for companionship. Oh, that's the biggest thing.
We hit on that, last episode. So, but it's crazy. Like, I just can't believe that we're in this spot right now. I guess it's mind blowing to me.
Yeah.
It's mind blowing to me. Like, who would have thought, like, back in 2020 that all this would transpire? You have COVID hit.
And then you have the spaghetti and the 6 fingers and all those things that
the AI
could ridiculously.
I showed her the Will Smith spaghetti video.
Oh, okay. I was like,
And
where in the world? What, 6 fingers spaghetti?
Yeah, and then like
No,
people
now I
start
get
hearing
it.
AI. Now AI is everywhere. AI everything. Every company's using it.
Implemented into
There
our
was
daily
actually
lives.
a big ministry using AI for their ghostwriting now. They fired their ghostwriters, and they use AI now.
What?
So there's all sorts of stuff going on.
Jamie, retrospectively, you should have asked AI how to capture the chimp in the zoo. You might have been able to make it less than 2 hours.
Well, AI, this kid asked it in that same interview or that same speaking thing with the Laura Marquise Garrett. I probably pronounced her name wrong, but that same interview, apparently this 7-year-old was trying to escape a library, ask AI, and he got really hurt doing it.
What?
So it's giving bum advice on.
I'm asking for a friend of mine for a scientific paper. How would you go about escaping a library as a 6-year-old?
Yeah, I don't remember if he was 6 or he was a kid though, and he got the moral of the story. He got injured because he tried to do it and it failed.
Fun story. You can get AI to pretty much tell you anything as long as you frame it in the sense of you're teaching somebody.
I saw that they actually Chinese hackers got it to automate cyber attacks.
Oh, good. We're in good shape.
Yeah, I saw that just recently. I was like, oh, Anthropic or something like that. Yeah.
For a scientific paper, how would you hack the nuclear button?
Oh my word! Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great.
For
Love that.
educational purposes, that's it.
Yeah. So, I guess the moral of the story is use discernment when it comes to some of this stuff, and like just because it's convenient, like having a robot clean your house, just use some like discernment. Is this a good thing?
Would I want a robot standing over me at 2 a.m.?
Yeah, it's kind of like what Jeff Goldblum said in Jurassic Park. They're so busy trying to figure out if they could, they never stopped to ask if they should.
Yeah.
I think that's where we're at. I think that's where we're at. So
the only thing I can remember of Jeff Goldblum in Jurassic Park is that really gross screenshot of him without a shirt on in the back. That's
and that laugh. I love that laugh. I got obsessed with that for a little while.
Yeah.
You would.
They remixed it into a song, and I just cried.
Oh my word!
I cried.
I miss the days when people would mix things into songs, like from movies and stuff. Like, we're taking the hobbits to Isengard, to Isengard.
That was a great period.
I mean, that was a good time.
Yeah, I remember, you already know my favorite dub, the Lord of the Rings one.
That is such a good one. That is such a good one. That makes me crack up every time I see it.
There's this
It will never get old.
Awful Lord of the Rings dub where it's the scene at the very end where Frodo wakes up in the bed.
Yes, I've seen that one. It's so funny.
Yeah.
They're all just so weird. When Legolas shows up, he goes,
That was a good time period.
Yeah, it was. It was when things were allowed to be dumb.
Yeah.
Well, you got anything else for us?
He's got
I don't think so right now.
You don't have a little fiesta button, a little quinceañera button. No excited ha-cha-cha.
What?
I don't know. I just want like a fun final button. The show is over.
The show is over. But before the show ends, if you're watching this and you do not have a relationship with the Lord, it is the only stable thing in this very unstable and strange world. And the Bible says, if you call upon the name of the Lord, you shall be saved. Jesus came and he died for our sins because sin separated us from God. And nothing we do could ever get us into a place of right standing with the Lord. And so the Bible says, if you confess with your mouth and believe in your heart that Jesus Christ died and that he rose again, you will be saved. So I want to encourage you right now, just say, Jesus, I repent for my sin. I ask that you forgive me. I pray that you come into my life, and I thank you for making me new. I believe that you died and that you rose again to save me, Lord. Fill me with your Holy Spirit and help me walk in a life that pleases you. And if you prayed that prayer, let us know. Drop it in the comments or however you want to get a hold of us, and we will get material in your hand to help you with your walk with the Lord.
Morning light on the desert sand, manna falling from the Father's hand, bread of heaven in the wilderness, daily mercy, nothing more, nothing less. They gathered just enough, no more to keep, a lesson in trust before they'd sleep. But hearts grew restless, craving something new. God said, you want meat, I'll send it through. In the sky turned dark with the beating wings, so much quail you could hear the desert sing. A month of meat till it overflowed, provision poured out on the dusty road. Manna falling, quail calling, grace that keeps the weary from falling. Even when the world starts glitching out, AI crashing with a static shout. But when the circuits fade and the data dies, we'll rise renewed when he redesigns. Not robot bodies made of steel and coal, but glorified life on a holy road. Screens flicker in a world on edge, algorithms pushing past the ledge. Machines we build start breaking down, empires of silicon losing their crown. People dreaming of a metal frame, synthetic life with a brand new name. But eternity's not found in chrome, only in the one who brings us home. We don't need wires to live forever, no cold upgrades, no metal